quick, those vehicles simultaneously, while it's destroying the wicked, it's going to be, delivering the elect of Israel, man. Right. And it goes into that in 2nd Ezra 13. Go to verse 5. It says, "And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea."
And what is that talking about? The sea is talking about the heavens, man. It's talking about space. Because you're going to have a point in time, like we read in Joel earlier, all the nations are going to be gathered together and they're going to be fighting. It's going, in the midst of World War III, the Lord is going to make, it's going to be the climax of the movie, man. Okay? And the Lord is going to show face. All right? And in the midst of that, those nations, they're going to turn from one another and look to fight the Lord. Continue.
Verse 6, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it."
So he's looking at Salaki. Ezra is seeing the vision, and the only thing he can compare that chariot to is a mountain, which is a fathership. That's how big this chariot is, man. That's how big that chariot. And they showed you on, I think it was the last Independence Day, man. That big ass ship coming in had its own gravitational pull to it. Everybody could see it. Everything stopped. It was like, what in the hell is that, man? Because once that's why I said all the tribes of the earth mourn when they saw him. Because people are going to look and be like, what? This is it. This is the end right here, man. People's stomachs are going to hit the floor. Okay? Yeah, Khan, brother. Me and brother watched the series, man. And it was spiritual because we seen it coming in, at the old camp coming in. What was that? Yeah, what was the on New York Avenue, man? They had the big poster of it, and they show you the chariot saying Project Blue Book. Okay, yeah, gun, and you could, because they know what's up, man. They know what's out there. They just don't want to tell you, you average peons what it is, man. And that's only here in the States because they released those records over there overseas. Okay, Britain already came out with it, and this was years ago, man, that they came out with the records, and then the U.S. kind of followed suit. All right, continue.
Come on. Verse 7, "But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not."
Now that's how big the ship was, man. You gotta envision this, man. You gotta see this, man. And I know every brother has their personal testimony. We even seen them at camp, all right? We know that these chariots exist, all right? The Lord has already shown us. Okay, brothers have their own personal testimonies, man. All right, even me personally, like before I even came into this, I was seeing them things, man. Trying to figure out what the hell is up. What is that, man? Okay, and then you start looking into it, and you start looking into the records. Like these things, these chariots, these so-called UFOs, which are IFOs, they've been identified, right? Have been coming around since the ancient world, and they've been documenting them all the way up until this day. Okay, continue.
It says verse 8, "And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him,
right,
were sore afraid."
Yeah, and that's what's so beautiful about this, man. Because the Lord telling it's the same thing he did with Pharaoh. Okay. Pharaoh, he ain't want to do it, but he kept doing it. He kept all the plagues that was hitting Egypt. He wanted to let him go, but the Lord hardened his heart and told him to keep coming back, keep holding him back, so I can keep bringing judgment onto Egypt. Okay, and it's gonna be likewise with this second coming of the Lord. All right. And they gonna want it, they not gonna want to fight. They gonna look up just like everybody else gonna look at it and be like, man, hide me from this. They ain't gonna want to do it, but the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to fight. He's like, oh no, you fight and get demolished. Because that's what's gonna happen to your silly ass. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9, "And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
That's right.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire."
Hey, listen, man, the Lord, look, he coming back, and you got to think about this, man. You know how Jake is, man. You know how Jake like to stunt, You get Jake a little bit of money, man, what do you do, man? He's stunting. So imagine with the top Judite, man. Imagine what he coming back. Imagine what he coming back with, and how he gonna do it, right? He coming back in style, baby. All right? He ain't lifting up sword, none of that. He like, man, I'm about to just zap all this shit, and it's time to get the party started. It's time to start the beautiful part of the story, okay? He's about to come start the beginning of forever, okay? And that's at the downfall of this nation, of Esau, Edom, okay? And the beginning of Jacob's rule, man. And this is beautiful, man. These are the things that we have faith in. These are the things that we believe in, man. All right? That's why you see us out here, man. What other hope do we have to live in this fucking place? Jake need to get it together, man. You got to get it together. What else do you have? Be in subjection to your enemies? Have to go into these people and do all manners and types of wickedness, man, to get yourself in a high-ranking place. To do what? To still be underneath these people. But here it is, the righteous ruler, right? Coming back and what he promised. Hey, look, listen, man. Like, you're a nation of kings and priests, man. I'm fit to give you like things that you can't even dream about, right?
And that's just, you know, real powerful. You said that, bro, because you know the Lord's telling you He's coming back, you know, with that art, man, that poetry in motion, man.
Hell yeah,
it's gonna be beautiful, man.
Hell yeah.
You know,
these are things is never gonna be forgotten, man. Neither shall. Matter of fact, get that in Jeremiah 16, I believe it's 16. I think it's like 15.
15, 16.
That's 16 and 15. Jeremiah 16 and 15. Did you have something?
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 12. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
That's right.
Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, and it is. Because when you're dealing with horticulture, you're dealing with plants, man. You're dealing with a garden. Plant seeds, and then there's a process of time, right? It gets to a point where it starts blossoming and the fruit comes, but you can't pick that fruit just yet. You got to get it. Wait till it gets to a certain point, and then now it's harvest time, okay? And now we're living in that season, man. Hey, listen, the fruit of the wicked, man, it's getting ripe, and the Lord is about to send Yahushua back. Yahweh's about to send Yahushua back for harvest time, baby. All right. And that's essentially what it is, man. That's just what it is, baby. Continue.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great.
Ooh, like we read in, what was that, Isaiah, 63rd chapter? Hey, he go in that wine press. Garment gonna be covered with the blood, all right? That's what this is all linking up. Like I said earlier, man, prophecy, all the prophets spoke the same things, man. And just because you don't understand it or don't have the vision or can't see it, that doesn't mean it's not true, you know? So what we gonna do is we gonna continue to do Lord's will, continue to do the Lord's will, all right? And come out here and keep pushing that until He fulfills it, okay? Until the elect are sealed, right? Matter of fact, you can get that in Revelations, the 7th chapter. And then the destruction comes, baby. Right? That's what this is all about. All right? The elect being sealed, right? The government of Yahushua being sealed, and then the destruction coming, and Him setting up His kingdom. Right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 16 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord.
The days come, saith the Lord. All right? It ain't come yet. Oh, it's on its way though. All right? Go ahead.
That it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right.
But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Right. What's the land of the north, brothers? Land of the north?
Here.
There you go, North America. Land of the north. That's what this is speaking about. Okay? No more liveth that brought us out of the land of Egypt. It ain't gonna be said about that. Okay? Because what's coming, what's the judgment that the Lord is about to bring, the salvation that the Lord is about to bring, it's gonna trump that, man. Because we talking about, man, listen, man, it's gonna get real sci-fi out here, bro. Real straight up. They gonna see these chariots and they gonna see the elect getting beamed up. And in the midst of that, all this stuff is gonna be wiped out. So there ain't gonna be no more sand in Egypt. And then even you gotta think about it, how long ago was that? How long ago? This is millennia ago. And that story is still known until today, okay? But the deliverance that's coming, that's gonna echo throughout all the time, right? Forever. That's gonna be written, you know what I'm saying? Is it more?
It says that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
That's right.
But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
That's right, because I mean that's a part of, you go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the 64th verse, okay? One of the chapters that let us know that we are the Hebrew Israelites, okay? To you unbelievers, right? In the 64th verse, it speaks about one of the curses is that we will be scattered amongst all nations, man, right? We will be serving other gods. We would be looking like these other nations, man. All right? That's why you're gonna have men. You're gonna have certain men, okay, coming into the fold. They may look like a Moabite, Ammonite, okay, Edomite, right? Ishmaelite, okay, Cushites, right? That's why we judge according to the spirit. That's what, man. This is a spiritual thing, man. Okay? We're looking at spirit. Scripture said, try the spirit by the spirits, man. What spirit is that? What is the spirit? Okay? That's what you gotta ask yourself these questions. Matter of fact, get that, what is that? Is that John 6:63? Word and spirit? Yeah, continue.
It says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Right, and what land is that, man? Land of Israel, right? Right now it's being defiled by a bunch of dusty ass heathens, right? And chief top heathens, all right? All types of, what is that, Tel Aviv gay pride parades.
Yeah, you got kosher pig.
Kosher, yeah. What the fuck, like what type of madness is that? Did you say kosher cigarettes, brother? That's sick, man. How dare you, man?
Esau try to kosher anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's why y'all gonna be this, man. That's why you're gonna be wiped off the face of the earth, man.
Right.
Because of that. Come on, man. That's why. What is that in Psalms? Grab that in Psalms. What is that? To take the covenant. What is the wicked? Yeah, 50 and 60. What is the wicked? Because it, like, bro, like here it is. You in the land. You done stole our identity, and you proclaiming to be these people, but you're not even doing what was instructed. Okay. And that's why the Lord, like, what the fuck, like, what are you talking about, man? Like, get that Psalms from Bible Bishop.
This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Who are the wicked, according to the Bible, okay? The self-proclaimed white man is the wicked. When you read in the Bible, and it speaks about the wicked, it's talking about the so-called white man, all right? And what's being said is, what do you have to do to proclaim my, read it again.
This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
What do you have to do to declare the Most High statutes, man? All right? Because it's evident, listen, you like I said, you in the land, right? You done stole, you done hijacked the heritage, right? You done put the identity on you, and you still can't even do the shit right, right? You can't do it right, because you Mr. Can't Get Right, all right? So what do you have to declare these statutes? None. This ain't got nothing to do with you, man. All right? The only thing that has to be dealt with you, man, is slavery and destruction, man. And that's thus saith the scriptures, man. It's a whole book dedicated to you, man. The book of Obadiah. You got these guys talking about Edomites can be saved. Man, where's that in the scriptures, man? Like, clearly your understanding is warped, man. Because it's not in agreement with what the prophets is saying, man.
Yeah, how come Paul didn't write a letter to the book of the Edomites?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where's the book? Where's the book to the Cushites?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The book to the Moabites. And then Jake, why are you so pressed over Esau?
Right.
All these other, you got the 18, get the 18 nations sign. All these other nations. Yeah, all these other nations, Jake is worried about Esau.
Yeah.
The worst of them all. You know?
That's
The worst of them all. Yeah, get a zoom in on that side.
That's Stockholm syndrome, man. That shit is sad. That's a clinical term for that shit, man. That's a slave.
All these nations.
mind.
Jake, don't never mention put. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody ever mentions put or Magog, you know,
Con.
or Gomer. No, they never say anything else about these other nations from the beginning. You know, Esau didn't even come about during the time of Cush. You know, during the time of Moab, these other nations, Esau wasn't even heard of yet. He came a long way after. So what about these people before him? They got nothing to say about them. Then they don't even know about the Edomites, you know. But then once they find out who he is, oh, let's save him. Let's find out there's got to be a way in the scriptures for these other nations to save. Jeremiah, like you said, there's a whole book for Esau. Jeremiah got 3 whole chapters. He goes through every single nation. Every nation on that sign gets a judgment. They said he needs to go and the Lord will turn the captivity upon their own head.
That's right. That's right. It's sad, man. It's just a pitiful case, man. And that's why niggas gotta go. That's why you got to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You sitting here fighting for these people, man. And you open up the records and you look at what these people have done, and you think salvation is for these people? You think they ain't gotta pay for what they did? We gotta pay for what we did, but they don't? Man, come on, bro. Like, get real. Silly. What you got? Psalms? Did you have a piece of Yeah, get your... Did you finish? Oh, yeah, finish that out and then get your...
This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee.
Right. Well, that's what it is, man. Hey, look, man, these Edomites hate instruction, man. That's what it is, okay? Because clearly you would get, like I said, you took on the nationality or the ethnicity, right? And when you take on the ethnicity, you take on being an Israelite, which you can't do because it's by blood, okay? But when you so-called do that, you gotta adhere to these words, okay? But you can't even do that. What are you doing in the land, man? You completely defiling it, all right? And that's why it's gonna be wiped clean, man, okay? From all the abominable acts that you people have performed on that land, right? And throughout this world, man. Because the world, hey, listen, the world is ours as well, all right? And what are you doing throughout this planet, right? Defiling it, man. Completely defiling. You just gotta look around. You're destroying everything, man. Everything is complaining. Everything. The animals, the trees, right? The earth itself. It's like, what in the hell? Like, get these people up out of here, man. They got to go, right? This place has got to go. What you got? Yeah, precept. You through? You got it. You have one?
Yeah. This is Psalms chapter 9 and verse 5. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever.
Right, man. Hey, listen, and that links up with the book of Obadiah. That links up with Obadiah, what is that, 18? Right? That's prophecy, man. Because you got to think about it. Understand this. Once the new covenant is given, right? Which is what the New Testament is all about. Once the new covenant is established, that's when the stony heart is made flesh, which meaning the law, statute, commandments are placed within us. What purpose is the wicked? They're not going to have a purpose here. Okay? Exactly. The only purpose is for you, first and foremost, to receive your judgment. Okay? For the scales to be balanced. And once there's balance, your purpose is what? To be destroyed. Okay? And that's why Obadiah, you can get it. Obadiah 18, you there?
Yeah. It's Obadiah, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
Right.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
Straight up, man. So that's a beautiful scripture. And like we was talking about, as Zaquan was beautifully saying, listen, man, the whole book of Obadiah is dedicated to Esau, man. Y'all should feel special, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should feel special because y'all got a whole prophet just straight for you. Okay? The house of Jacob, the house of Joseph, speaking about the whole nation, man. Because our nation is being brought back and being made one, as you can see, man. This is prophecy right here, man. Okay? This is prophecy, right upon on a plank, okay? The prophecy is for all the nations to come back together, right? And to put it and at the end of that 1,000-year reign, which is going to be a slow and grievous, right? Oh man, hey listen, to meditate terror, what you think we do, man? Right? And once we in our perfection, you think the Lord ain't gonna reveal to us? He gonna put his anger on us. You know? So imagine, what do you think is gonna happen, man? You're gonna have a hard 1,000 years, man. Right? A hard 1,000 years. What does the scripture say? Better the end of a thing than the beginning, man. And listen, we at the end, baby. We at the end. Get that, Jacob. Second Ezra. Jacob is the end of Esau's. Yeah, finish that, please.
It says, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Hey, so you gotta, vocab, you gotta deal with, you never deal with this, man. Cause you talk about Agrippa, listen, you ain't even dealt with Obadiah, man. What the fuck are you doing? You just gonna skip over all this shit, man. You know, Paul said this and that. No, man, Paul's in complete agreement with the law and the prophets, man.
Right,
so is Yahushua. So everybody, we all in agreement with it. Everybody in agreement with it, but you.
Then remember with Paul at the end of Acts, it says that everybody was coming to his lodging from sunup to sundown. He was persuading them of Yahushua concerning out of the law and the prophets. So Paul used the law and the prophets. If he was going from sunup to sundown, you know good and well he had to hit Obadiah at least once, you know?
Oh yeah.
And what do you think he's going to say? And when I met Agrippa, he was excused from this book.
That's madness, man. That's blasphemy. Hey, look, okay, you are through, bro. You are through. The most you can do is just hope you ain't an Edomite. That's really the only thing you got. But through the Spirit, the apostles and elders already let you, pretty much let you know what you is. Fucking madness, bro. You know?
Extermination.
Right, extermination. And we talking about your seed. Your seed line is gonna be cut off. Uncle, father, cousin. You ain't gonna no more be able to plant
He's a
seeds.
weed. And Esau, the so-called white man, is a weed, man. He needs to be clipped.
That's right.
He needs to be clipped.
He need to be rooted.
Because what happens when you leave weeds in your garden? It chokes.
right.
It chokes all the what's supposed to grow up naturally, man. And that's what he's doing. He's causing confusion, choking up all the herbs, all the fruits and veggies in the garden. He's choking the shit out of them. So the Lord's got to come and clip his ass, man. Oh, well, the scriptures talk about that. The tares and the wheat.
Yep.
Wait, let them all grow up together, and then the angels are going to separate them, and he's going to burn all the tares, you know. Because unless get that in Matthew 13. Unless he said, because if you gather them up now and burn them, you might burn some of the tares with the wheat. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. Because and it goes perfectly into what you said when you read about the wicked. It's talking about the so-called white man, because that parable goes into it. You got something now?
Oh, just real quick. This is Matthew 15 and 13. It says, but he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up. And that's like what this Aquan said, man. You a weed, all right? You a weed. That's crazy. That's some old job shit. But you a weed and shit, okay? And you gonna be uprooted because the Lord ain't plant you, you know? Get the hell out of here. You got
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 27. So the servants of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in the field?
Whoa, restart that, huh?
27, then comes to 30.
Yeah, let's start at the top of the parable. Yeah, you gotta start higher. This is 16:11. Yeah, start at 18.
This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside.
I'm sorry, you might have been right.
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, go back. Start at 24.
24? Come. This is St. Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened to a man which soweth good seed in his field. For while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way.
Right, because now you got Esau. He has our people believing that there's such thing as mixed seeds. You know that if you plant an apple seed amongst orange seeds, guess what? You might get an orange or something like that. You know. So keep going.
Verse 26.
Which is also not just that, but just showing his philosophies, his wickedness, and his belief in his way of life. That's off, man.
And even in the Lord says you never
Yeah, you're not supposed to think these seeds. Go ahead.
Verse 26, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this.
Right, what does the field represent? The field represents the world. You know, it represents the earth. You know, wherever our people are scattered at. It tells you that in Deuteronomy, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Go ahead.
Verse 28, he said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them.
Right, because the time of threshing is not just yet. You know, the Lord still has to perform a work before us that we would not believe except it be told us, like the prophecy says. And that's what we see going on right now as the tribes start to come together. Go ahead.
Verse 30, Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
It was spiritual.
No, keep going.
Oh, keep going.
Finish the chapter.
Verse 31, Another parable put he forth unto them, saying,
Slucky. No, now you got to go to Matthew 24 and 29.
This is Matthew chapter.
Because remember, it said at the end of it, bring forth the tares and burn them. That's talking about the time of the end when the Lord is going to bring the fire, His jealousy upon these other nations. All right, go ahead. 24 and 29.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds.
Right, that's that wheat. Go ahead. That was planted and scattered throughout the whole earth. Go ahead.
From one end of heaven to the other. Now learn a parable of the fig tree.
Now that's it. I thought that was the precept. It's in Matthew where it says he will separate the sheep from the goat.
This is 32. It's 20. It's
24.
25 and 32.
Yeah, 25. Okay, 25. Read that precept, bro. Because that's what the Lord. That's why the brother said we try the spirits by the Spirit, man. You know, because we don't know who's the Israelite and who's not. We got a lot of our people who might not be Israelites. Like the guy last week who was going mad hard for him. Who knows? He might be a damn Hamite himself. You know? Go ahead. Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Right, those are the reapers. Go ahead.
And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another.
Right, it says he shall gather together all nations, just like he gathered together the tares and the wheat being the elect of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
As a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goat.
Right, as a shepherd divides his flocks. You have there's multiple flocks of people. That's why the Lord refers to man as a beast through the Spirit, you know? So now the sheep are talking about the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The scripture talks about how if our gospel be hidden, it is hidden to them are lost. The most lost people on earth are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Just off the simple fact, in order for you to know who I'm talking to, I have to say that so you know who you are. And then I gotta tell you who you are. If I was to say you Judites, you Zebulonites, and you Issacharites, you so-called Negroes and Latinos would keep walking. But the thing is, the Lord is so upset with you that even though we say these things, you walk on anyways. The scripture says that the simple walk on and are punished. The matter of fact is, the majority of you people are going to get crushed when the Lord comes back. You're going to get set on fire with missiles. Now, what the hell are you going to do about it? Are you scared? Do you fear the Lord? No, you definitely don't, because you pulling out a stogie.
Ain't nothing I can do if they drop it.
Hey, well, hey, see, we don't think like that. We don't think like that, my man. We don't think like that. I'm banging on your Howard Shot to come get me, man.
That's right.
I'm sorry, to come get us.
That's right.
I want your Howard Shot to come get us, man. You know, and do away with Newports, man.
That's right.
You know, do away with Marlboros, man. Do away with Virginia Slims and drugs and these derelicts, man. This shit be vexing. But that's why the Lord said we have to just wait, because He's gonna gather all the crumbs gonna get gathered together, and He's gonna sift them. He's gonna sift us. He's gonna keep the best of the best of what's left. Everything else is gonna fall. Everything else is gonna burn. That was it on that parable.
That's Jake's problem, man. Like that nigga just said, man, ain't nothing we can do about it. We're just showing you what? Showing you the lack of faith that Jacob has in his power.
Yeah.
Okay? They doubt the power. You earn not knowing the scriptures nor the power, okay, of the Lord, Yahweh Shah. Alright? He can perform any work, man. What do you think faith is, man? Okay? The substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Alright? And that's the thing, that's what Jake is lacking, man. Okay? And that's why these niggas are gonna be destroyed. Okay? Because you don't believe in your power, right? Here you got Esau Edom, he believe in his power. Alright? He flexing every day, every night. Got bombs, all types of weapons. Alright? The blessing he was given, man, he's taking that shit to a whole nother level.
I got a precept by it. This is the mindset that our people are lacking right here, all right? This is Ecclesiasticus, book of Sirach, 18, verse 24. And this is what we do all the time, okay? Think upon the wrath that shall be at the end, and the time of vengeance when he shall turn away his face. That's why we always ask Jake, what are you gonna do? You're shaking your head about the missiles and famine and stuff, but what are you going to do? The Lord said, think upon the wrath that shall be at the end in the time of vengeance or payback when he shall turn away his face. Alright? Meaning the Lord has his face, the Lord has turned his face completely away from the nation of Israel. The only part of his face that is turned towards us is using Yahweh Shai. Alright? That's the only part of his visage, if you will, that is even remotely towards us. And it's through Yahweh Shai that we're able to come and be accepted of Yahweh. But everyone else, his face is against him. And that's the thing, that should be frightening, you know? That should scare you. Especially a lot of our people that grow up in the church and stuff like that, they threaten the hell out of you in church talking about hell and stuff. We talking about real stuff. Hell is not real. Missiles are. Hell is not real. We living in hell, man.
That's right.
There's no such place as a heaven where you die and you go live forever. It makes no sense. That's a fairy tale. If you believe in the 3 little pigs, you might as well believe in heaven and hell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all fiction. But the missiles and this right here, that's all real. And it's biblical. We've proven it. Now the Lord said He's gonna hide His face from you in those times if you don't dwell and think about that stuff. See, we think about that. We speak on it. We warn about it. Because we ain't trying to get, look man, we ain't trying to get crushed. We're trying to get delivered by Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.